Alright, here we are. Again. With this chat, which I'm probably gonna change into the others. One of the other chat shapes that I have, like... I don't know. Actually, let me check real quick before I do that. Whether I should do that, or... It's actually a better idea to leave it like this for the game that I'm gonna be playing next. It's probably gonna have to end up changing it, like... Thought it was gonna be a good idea for fucking Judgment, but it wasn't. But let me see too. I need to change a few things, move a few things around for this next game. One thing I need to plug that in and prepare this, because this next game is also a Wii game. Oh, thankfully it's actually quite different from the last one that we played. So let me go ahead and see how well I can prepare it now. And whether or not my ability to prepare it will require me to destroy everything. Alright. Alright, I need to open this, I need to open this, and I need to open this. And now that that's been opened, and that the song is running out, which is quite fitting as this is about to... Oh yeah, I need to reconfigure this, I forgot. There we go. Got one of those, and let me load up the system menu so that I can hopefully get this started. There we are. Here we are again in our good old Wii system menu. So let me see if I can get the sensor bar active so that I can... actually select this, and holy crap, that is loud. Which I guess is fitting, but let me turn it down just a little bit. So here we are, the other Castlevania game that came out for the Wii, which was the Wii only game. Castlevania the Adventure Rebirth, which might be able to tell from the title, you know. It's one of these games that... Well, not one of these games. It's a game that is actually a remake of an earlier game, namely Castlevania the Adventure for... Oh, by the way, there's a stage select you can get if you... move the D-pad in a certain way at the beginning, which I was trying to do just to see if I could, and apparently yes I can. Well, a kind of hybrid thing, I guess I could keep talking about that as I'm getting distracted here. Okay, do you have to press it a bunch of times, or do you... Okay, hold it down. I think that's it, but... It's pretty much a kind of an amalgamate remake of The Adventure 1 and The Adventure 2 Belmont's Revenge, both for the Game Boy as well as, well, styles from a few other Castlevania games, but let's just go ahead and get this started. Or see if we can. Hang on. Technical difficulties temporarily encountered here. Oh, there we go. Look, these are screenshots from Castlevania 3, I think, maybe. And I guess it's pretty fitting, since I think in the timeline... This is supposed to be between Castlevania 3 and Castlevania 1. But basically we are Christopher Belmont, i.e. the Belmont that clearly everybody knows, even though that's not actually true. And we have to get through... oh my god. Through all of these invalid rights that I'm getting. As I try to get through this, hang on. I might have to restart. Let me... just a second. Might actually be a better idea to do it that way. Because this ain't working out all that great right now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to restart real quick. Just give me a second. Give me a minute and hopefully I'll be able to do this. Alright, so... start this up again, and this time start this thing directly instead of doing it the other way. Come on. There we go. Let's see if I can do this without all of these right errors getting in the way, because I did manage to do it before, otherwise I wouldn't, you know, wouldn't be able to access this. Alright, yeah. Also squinting now, and I do believe pretty much all of these screenshots are from Castlevania 3, yes. Trevor. So can I skip this? Yes, I can if I press plus, which, by the way, you play this with the Wii remote turned sideways so that it resembles an NES controller. So there you go. Stage 1, do we have a time limit? We do, 10 minutes, oh boy. So as you can see, we got pretty much a return in style to kind of old school Castlevania with no real RPG elements to it, but rather just the old arcadey games. Which, I guess is supposed to be stylistically... I think this game is closest to, Bloodlines, the Genesis game. Stylistically too, and in the terms of the soundtrack too, you can hear a very Genesis sounding remix, and as a matter of fact the remix is of the first stage song from Castlevania Bloodlines, which is called, I don't remember what it's called, but it's a stage 1 theme from Castlevania Bloodlines, so there you go. Pretty much all of these stage themes in this game are remixes too, by the way. They're like, they kind of did the same thing that they did with, what do you call it, with Judgment in that regard. And it turned out pretty well, for what it's worth. Also, you do have a little bit more control over your jumps in this game, as you can see, than you did in the old school Castlevanias, but I do believe there's like an additional difficulty mode you can unlock where you can't actually do that. You get locked into your jump arcs, as you did back in those days. So it's the added challenge, I suppose. Now I'm pretty sure that if we keep following the upper path here, we can maybe take a different route. Possibly, ostensibly, I'm gonna try it out. I only have 10 minutes to complete the stage, but clearly we have time to explore and do what we want. Count for the wooden platforms too. Oh, that's all it was. Oh well. This game is actually pretty brutal from what I remember with, it might seem kind of watered down from the actually old games, but it's pretty brutal with the amount of extra stuff you can find in it. It's all hidden pretty much. Can't just find any stuff like, oh hello. Stuff like extra health or extra lives or anything like that just by random chance, by whipping candles and what have you. I had to look for that, just such as that little secret that I found back there, which, fun fact, I never even knew existed until I just found it now. Well, I've only played through this game like twice. At least we do have the, giant rolling eyeballs from the old Castlevania The Adventure for the Game Boy. It's something that they directly lift from that game. Hey, look, it's wall meat. Because can we even get that? I don't think we can. At least not in any way that I can see right now. And these little glowing pillars in the back of the picture are just like checkpoints where if you die, that's where you get to start out from, so there's that. Oh boy, birds. There we go. And yeah, this first stage is pretty tame. There's only like 6 stages in the game. How about we got the key? Can I use the key to open up this route? Yes, I can. So I guess we got a return of the key sub-weapon, which you could use to access certain secret routes. That's all that did. Which I think only ever showed up in Rondo before, you know, it showed up, or it returned for this game. Oh yeah, let's have that thing where you see how the guy has this animation for swinging the whip, or it looks like he's, what do you call it? Holds it behind him slightly before he casts it forward. You can actually use that, those frames where he has it behind him to hurt any enemies that are like right behind you if you time it right. And it actually comes in pretty useful for certain later parts of the game, such as the final boss. But then again, I'm fairly certain that that was also a thing in some of the old games, some of the old Castlevania games, that is. And also in this game I do have, what do you call it? We have mini-bosses as well as the end-of-stage bosses. I believe this guy is actually a mini-boss, not the end-of-stage boss. Oh boy. And, you know, that's pretty old school Castlevania, having the first kind of boss encounter in the game be a giant bat. It's almost like it's just like in Castlevania 1. I can't tell if these are spikes. They're not. Okay, good. Oh, hello, wall meat. I wasn't actually... I guess I should have saved the key for this door, but I didn't. Because I'm not intimately familiar with the stages in this game, even though this is the kind of game where, you know, becoming intimately familiar with the stages would actually pay off if you try to, I don't know, master the game. And I think that's kind of nice, because that's kind of an old school platformer staple, arcadey sort of. I don't know, it's something that would help you in games like the old school Castlevanias, where you would probably, you know, be dying and replaying the stages a lot. If nothing else, oh boy, those sound effects. If nothing else, it's a good thing that I do have some knowledge of it, I guess. Even if I'm not the be-all end-all of authority on this game. Oh boy. Should I keep going or should I go to the left here? I guess I'm gonna go to the left. You know, it just occurred to me that I have... since the game's aspect ratio is technically not 16:9 but 4:3, maybe I could, like... I don't know, have it on this screen instead. Let's see if I can capture it that way, actually. I think it would look a little bit better. Put it like that. I'll put it like this, I guess. Maybe it's not even quite 16:9, I'm not actually sure. And I need to change the shape of my chat too, so that it actually fits with this overlay thing. There we go. It's not quite 16 or 4:3, I guess. I think it's actually closer to the aspect ratio of the Game Boy, which is not quite that much. Game Boy and the Super Nintendo too, if I'm not mistaken, they were like slightly narrower than that. Also, I need to change the logo from, you know, that one to the one that is actually correct. So just excuse me for 1 second. Sure do hope that I have this here, and yes I do. Okay. Enter Rebirth. Get over here and get sized up properly. There we go. And resume. Let's see what we got now. Should I go this way? I don't know, but I'm already going this way, so I hope so. And there we go. I got something here. Which kind of look like the power-ups from what do you call it? From Bloodlines. It's blue orbs that you can shoot in that game. But apparently they're just points, which I guess I do want them because the points in this game are something that can help you get extra lives, which, as I might have already mentioned, I'm definitely gonna want. In fact, I do have some notes written for this game. There's gonna come a point, I'm pretty sure, where I'm gonna want to just straight up cheat. Yeah, I don't have any specific point written down, but I'm sure it'll come. Have no doubt about it. Also these little platforms, which I guess are glass, they slowly break when you stand over them. Or after you step on them, I guess. So on we go. I think we're up to the actual end of stage boss now. So let's take a look. Oh boy. Which, you know, this is pretty easy for a Castlevania end of stage boss, because you can actually knock it back with your whip, which is not something you can do very often with these, you know, with any enemies in this game, really, yeah. These games. I don't know if I said these games or this game. Oh boy, hang on a minute, I think stuff is happening in the background here. There we go. So yeah, stage 1. I can't help but notice that the clock is still ticking even as I look at that other thing. But if nothing else, I'm pretty sure the bosses in this are gonna be not reused, or at least not reused bosses. Oh yeah, fun fact about this song. I'm pretty sure this one's called Lullaby Sent to the Devil, and if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be the... what should I call it? The like high score screen song from Haunted Castle, which was the arcade Castlevania. Was wondering if I could follow the upper path there, but I guess not. Not anymore, at least. Oh well. I think these dudes with the spears are supposed to be like, well, a lot of the enemies in this game really, and the hazards are supposed to be repurposed versions of the hazards and enemies from, you know, the Adventure, the Game Boy game. Both 1 and 2. This guy, I don't know what the fuck he's supposed to be though. But I'm pretty sure I do remember some of these sock puppet enemies that like spitballs that bounce around the screen. I'm pretty sure those guys are gonna come back here. There they are, you know, speak of the devil. I think they're quite as annoying as they used to be though. At least now the... apparently the balls don't keep bouncing until they reach the edge of the screen, or bounce on the edge of the screen if there's not actually anything there. Well, let's use our key to take the upper path this time. Let's see what we got. Okay. You could have gone downstairs there, but instead we're taking this path, I guess. Oh, shit. See, I'm kind of paranoid that these chandeliers up there are gonna fall. And I'm pretty sure that's a justified paranoia. Oh boy. Well, another good thing about this game is that not a lot of the enemy sprites are straight up reused, but I'm fairly certain that the Fleaman sprites are the same Fleaman sprites from that originated in Rondo, I'm pretty sure, and that were reused for a bunch of stuff after that. Oh yeah, hang on. So you can't, well, I don't know, maybe if you touch the chandeliers before they fall, they actually hurt you, but I don't know. Which path should I take? Actually, I'm very curious about that wall over there now. See if I can reach it from here. Yep. Guess I'm gonna take a leap of faith. Oh, okay. Oh shit, of course that aimed straight for me. So I should just assume that that's gonna be the case now. Oh, and there was another path over there, but I'm pretty sure that's one of those doors that requires a key, and I don't have that, so... So let's just keep going here, where... I think the water might actually continue to rise if we stay in here, I'm not sure. Oh, I almost fell off there. Oh boy, it's Merman. Pretty sure I don't really want to trade off the cross for the knife, so... I guess it could be less costly, but the cross is quite a bit better since it's a boomerang and all that. We shouldn't have to do anything weird like in fucking... what's one I'm thinking of? In Legends, where you have to collect a bunch of the old sub-weapons as items that you can't actually use. To unlock some secret ending or what have you. You don't really have to do anything like that in here, there's only one ending at least. The tricky part is getting to it. That's the thing. As it always is in the end. Okay. I'm actually really fucking surprised I haven't even died once yet. As you might remember from a lot of my exploits in, you know, the old school Castlevanias, I'm not really that great at these games. So let's see, I think we got a mini-boss here. I would imagine. Looks like a mini-boss from fucking Yoshi's Island. Oh shit. Oh, damn it, I can't even reach it apparently because... Okay, yeah, you have to hit it like a handful of times. At the very least there is that. And there is an extremely limited frame of opportunity in which you do so. So, okay, come on, if I can hit it one more time, there we go. At least don't have to fight it anymore, I guess. Which is good, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die soon with the state I'm in right now. And this is where the whole you can't really find wall meat very frequently or anything like that. Or candle meat, I guess, which is closer to what it actually was in the adventure. It's really a very rare occurrence to find anything like that in this game, so... really have to be really good at it, I guess. Now what happens if I try within the wall here? Apparently nothing, I can't even move that way. Let's just go this way instead, oh boy. Well, I've also said that like the backgrounds and the graphics for the most part seem original, and they are, but there's also some like parts of it that are clearly taken from other games, like some of the backgrounds I think with like goat head ornaments and such are taken from Symphony, and I believe some of the stuff is even taken from the Game Boy Advance games, so... but it's, you know, it's not like it's a wholesale lift thing like they did with some of the enemies in the DS games, for example. I don't think they ever actually straight up tried to make an exact duplicate, or did make an exact duplicate, because I think they did try to make some duplicates in the Game Boy Advance games, but didn't quite make it because of the limitations of, you know, that system. But I'm pretty sure that for this game they had the ability to create exact duplicates of the backgrounds and such. Oh, hold me. Or some of the other, from some of the other games, and they didn't, so kudos for that, I guess. Thing here, because I gotta get, you know, back into the habit of whipping all suspicious surfaces. Might be at the boss again. The boss of the second stage, at least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Another enemy that I don't think I ever actually So in any game before this one, he's like a dude, as you can see. He throws rocks. And he tries to crush you with his big ol' beefy boy muscles. But then he gets lanky like this, and he gets very acrobatic, and I think he actually throws the rocks that he threw in his other form. Yeah, he like tosses him around like that using his down and B move from Smash Brothers, but then he dies. There we go. It wasn't quite a perfect, frame-perfect finish. There was a bit of a delay on that, but I'll take that. So there we go. We made it to stage 3, which is... I'm almost entirely certain this is where I'm gonna be... You know, doing very poorly. Oh, there we go. In this stage, the background music is New Messiah, which is the first stage theme from Adventure 2, Belmont's Revenge. And which is actually a pretty good track, so there's that. I haven't even been using any of the sub weapons so far, I don't think. Oh boy. Ugh. It's kinda stuck there. Well, not stuck, but like... stuck. Not being able to dodge. Because of the very numerous sources of horrible damage coming at me from every direction. Unable to escape, I guess would be another way to put it. Boy, oh yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure these the skeletons that like climb on the ropes and these spikes that shoot out of the wall that you can walk on, by the way. Just not the spike tip bit. These are all hazards from the adventure, so there's that. So yeah, just in the first screen of this stage I already lost half my life, so I don't think this is gonna go all that great. This might be where I have to pull out my good old time manipulation powers. Oh, okay, I didn't notice that that's the kind of platform this was. Oh yeah, these skulls, I almost forgot to mention that, but these skulls that shoot like flames out of the wall. Pretty sure are repurposed from the Cricking Skull boss sprite from Aria of Sorrow. And a couple of other enemies, and by a couple of other enemies I mean like one other enemy that can reuse that. And actually, looking at the background here, I'm pretty sure this guy that's hanging by like a rope, the skeleton, might be a reference to the skeleton in the Outer Wall in Symphony. Well, I died. Skeleton in the Outer Wall in Symphony, which I guess I joke about, you know, Simon Belmont in Castlevania 4. There's pretty much just a skeleton hanging by his arm by a whip. And is there a point to this part down here? I guess there isn't. That might just be a coincidence, but I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. Got it. Forget about that fucker. Alright. At least the faces and the floor here don't actually do anything to hurt you. They're just kind of there, I guess. What do we got here? I forgot. Oh yeah, just points. Oh, I walked right into that. Okay. Actually, really surprised that I managed to dodge. What do you call it? Dodge everything up until that point, pretty much. That's very uncharacteristic. Actually, really surprised that I managed to not die in any of the first two stages, to be honest. Either of the first two stages, I guess, would be a more concise way to say it. By me, the master of languages, right? Just trying to just whip the battler, not throw an axe at it. very, very poorly timed. But I made it this far at least. And this is where I died before because of this fucking thing. But this time I wasn't caught in the jape. Well, let's see, I'm pretty sure we can climb the stairs here to where we, like, positioned precisely between two of these things, yep. Two, or maybe even three. Oh shit, again I wanted to whip there, but unfortunately you know, using the sub-weapon is holding up and then the attack button, so sometimes you do stuff like that on accident, and that's very unfortunate. Oh god damn it. I hate these boneheads in every game that they're in. I wonder if I ever mentioned that before. It is a very big thing with me in Castlevania, you know. I don't like the dragon heads. They're even worse in, like, you know, old school style Castlevanias like this one, because how much of a hurting you take from everything. Yeah, fuck it. So let's see. Oh boy, this looks like fun. You can actually hurt like more than one of them at once if you like face away from them and use the whip, because of the whole thing with the part of the whipping animation where it goes behind you. I do kind of remember something like that being the case. I don't really want to chance it right now. Oh boy. Yeah, I thought there's no way I wasn't gonna get hit there. Okay. Oh boy, that looks pleasant down there. There we go. Can I make it to a checkpoint at least? Because one hit and I'm dead. I guess this might be a checkpoint. See, when I get down to like either 1 health or 0, or not 1 health, 1 life or 0 lives, I'm just gonna say fuck it and just use save states, because I don't wanna have to redo big portions of the stages again. Oh boy, this part reminds me of fucking... Oh, there we go. Reminds me of the Bram Stoker's Dracula game for Super Nintendo, with all the shit coming out of the ground and trying to kill you from, well, the ground and the ceiling. Pretty much no room for you to dodge that. Very... oh, for fuck's sake. Well, at least the spikes aren't instant death. They would be in old school Castlevania. You stay over there. This guy's gonna wake up again, so let me go ahead and... I said stay over there, goddammit. See if I can at least get past him. How do they stop following you too? Like, no matter how far ahead of them you go, which kind of sucks. I'm fairly certain that in, you know, for example, NES, they will actually be able to do that, but... yeah. Let's fight the mini-boss. It's a White Dragon, which is also a very hated enemy type by me, and even more so now that I can do shit like this. Oh boy, and avoid being damaged by me in the process. That's even worse. Oh boy, and now it does this shit, which is the moveset from the fucking serpent in Rondo, I think. Well, maybe not. Maybe moveset is not such a great way to put it, but like, this is pretty much the same as a move at that boss state, is what I'm trying to say. Damn it. Okay, come on. There we go. At least it just has a pattern that repeats, or such. And we do get a checkpoint after that. Oh boy, look at the Medusa heads. Don't look very great in this game. That's the thing. Look kinda very B-style, which is kind of fitting for Castlevania, but still. You know what I mean by when I say B-style. Oh no. Yeah, I knew that was coming. So I hope I still have a 0 life, because, yeah, fuck this. Time to start using save states, because I don't want to redo, like, big parts of the stages over and over again. So you'll excuse me if I rely on these. At least until I get another life. If I do, then I'll let that life, run out. Oh, for fuck's sake. I love Castlevania birds. Okay, come on. Okay, at least I can kind of move at the same speed that that thing does. Oh, I get a new life. How do you know? Speak of the devil. Time to start, fuck! Well, I could have used that. I don't know why they put it there though, like, how are you gonna know to whip that, like, before you get to the right of it, which is below where you can't reach it anymore? That's much kind of BS. If I do say so myself. But for fuck's sake. Oh, I got cursed. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna get on top of this thing now. There. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, apparently this thing, this rudder blade thing is not moving at least. I whip it to get it to move. No, I just destroy it. Okay, that's good. That's better than the alternative at least. And then you get this fucking thing on the left, like, what is this? Is this fucking Ernest Evans, or what are we looking at? Oh, Jesus. I don't even remember what the boss of this stage is. I hope it's not like... Hope it's not terrible. It probably will be terrible. Spoilers. I don't know if we can, like, walk under this thing when it's, like, not rotating. I guess I'm gonna try it out. There we go. I don't really see any other way to proceed there. Oh boy. Yep, I saw that, terrible spiky death that you had from me. And I can't get onto this thing, so I have to do it the other way, I guess. I can't see any other way of getting past this. Okay, we're still on wall meat hunting mode. It's pretty much the only way I'm gonna have a chance if I run into the boss room at this rate. Okay. Can I make this jump? There we go. This at least gives me a chance to, you know, respond here, I guess. Have just 3 minutes to, well, there's the boss gate right there. Can't go this way, can we? Nope. No, at least we get a war, not war point, like checkpoint right before the boss, so there's that. Okay, so here we go. I'm probably gonna die, but that's okay. I do have the contingency plan. Although it's pretty sure this is supposed to be the ruler's sword from, you know, Symphony onward, and I didn't even get a single hit in, so that's good. So, let me just go ahead and do that again. And try this one more time. I really don't know if, you know, the cross is gonna be that great. Maybe I would have preferred the axe for this, but beggars and choosers, I guess. The ruler's sword was never a boss before this game, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure too that I can't remember if both the mini-boss theme and the boss theme are from Haunted Castle, but at least one of those is. It's pretty fitting too, because I think in a way this is very reminiscent of Haunted Castle. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on.
Oh, what? So it doesn't even
doesn't even slam into the ground if it doesn't have at least one of its little flunky weapons floating around there, I guess. Or no, like each of the weapon sets that it summons has a different special, I guess. And like sometimes it flies slow enough to where you can hit it, but not all the time. Oh boy. I guess I should have seen that one coming. Oh boy, no, it's... Oh, okay, sure, this time killed this light. I'm really surprised I didn't either. It looks like it was gonna be the end of me, and then it was. Alright, so I'm pretty sure since I have 0 lives, if I were to actually get a game over here, which I guess I did, and they continue, it sends me all the way back to the start of the stage, so fuck that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. No, I'm not saying this is a bad game or anything, I'm just saying that I'm really bad at the game and I do want to finish it tonight, so... There's only so much I'm willing to concede and whatnot. Right, come on. Just get close, stay close to it. So do these assorted like sickle and dagger weapons even do with the special? Do they just like start running out? Yeah, they follow you like a little bit like death sickles, I guess. Even though this boss is not, it's no death, I'll put it that way. I'm doing great. I can't even trade hits, and I'm not even trading hits, I'm taking a beating. Okay, come on. There we go. So I guess right now I'm just gonna go ahead and keep the... I gotta make a save state yet, but I'm sure I will very soon. Oh yeah, this looks familiar. I remember having to redo this stage a million times when, you know, I was trying to play with, without cheating. It was not a pleasant experience. Yeah, this song too, you remember how the stage 2 background music was, like the high score menu, not high score menu, but like name entry theme from Haunted Castle. Well, guess what this music is? This music is, I think the Save Your Game theme from Castlevania Chronicles. So there's that, of course. Of course. So some interesting choices for songs to be remixed here and there. So I really don't think I'm gonna make it very far here, to be quite honest with you. I was hoping this guy, who I'm pretty sure, you know, these Quetzalcoatl kind of unchained white dragon enemies. Are a bit like chain chomps from Mario now that I think about it. Pretty sure they are, you know, wholesale lifted from Rondo, and, well, possibly Rondo, I can't remember if they were in Rondo, but they were definitely in Symphony. What do we got here? It's just hard. It's not even worth it for the risk. Come on, I know that thing's gonna fall, isn't it? No, I guess this one chandelier in the entire room is the only one that doesn't fall. So apparently these red armors are a lot more... more effective at actually hitting you than the ones from the earlier stages, of which these ones are just recolors, so... Oh yeah, this looks nice. It's a good pattern of hitability. Should be a name, like a term for that thing that I bring up sometimes. That's like the same thing that the Angry Video Game Nerd talks about in the Silver Surfer review, which is, you know, if you are in a game like this and you like draw lines across the screen that represent all the places in which you shouldn't be standing if you want to be potentially hit by the enemy's attacks, then you just end up with a bunch of lines scribbling across the entire screen. should be a name for that, but I can't imagine what it would be. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose my last life here and have to restart the stage, but you need to, you know, finish the entire stage without running out of lives to actually be able to complete it. And not be sent all the way back to the start, so I thought I was gonna die a lot sooner, to be honest with you. I really don't want to save a state at this point, because you can see how little health I have left. Well, I'm almost 100% certain I'm gonna die here, because this part sucks, as you can see. And I don't just mean the obvious, I also mean making the jump. And making a jump to hit this fucker without actually running into him. There. I was so sure I was gonna die there, goddammit. Also, pretty sure the... Oh yeah, these assholes, I forget about them. How fitting you say that the very first one I run across in the game is the one that kills me. Funny thing is, those guys, the kind of skeleton men that attack you with sickles that they throw, pretty sure those are also redesigned, I guess. Redesigned, rescued enemies, I guess. It would be one way to put it, from the adventure, the original The Adventure. I don't remember if they were in 1 or 2 or both, though. But I do remember them being there. And the reason I noticed that they were in those games was because I played this one before I replayed those for the marathon. So, you know, new perspectives and all that. I hate this guy. Oh, of course, well, whatever. Let's see if we can get the armor from here. Probably can't. Nope, too late. Oh, there we go. Thank you for your cooperation. Do not thank you for being a douche. Alright. So I'm just gonna continue on normally now, and just kind of use save states whenever I get down to, like, if I'm like very far into a stage and I have 0 lives left, then I'm gonna be... Well, and I respawn with 0 lives, I guess, would be a better way to put it. That's when I'm gonna be using these stamina. See if I could get all of those fuckers under, you know, crushed under the same chandelier, but I forgot I had to actually whip it and not just approach it. Because I'm a smart boy. Oh well, whatever. Big deal. They all died anyway. Oh yeah, this the one chandelier that doesn't break in the entire room, I forgot. Oh well, whatever. Might as well follow up on that. Shit. There we go again. That I guess I could label that as the one staircase where you're most likely to get hit. Oh my god. Okay. Something I noted too about the blue skeletons is that apparently they throw 2 bones and then they kind of pause. They don't just like throw them continuously, at least. Okay, I did it. And I made it back to this horrible part. Oh damn it. Didn't think I was already gonna be going down the stairs, but apparently it was. Okay, so... See this, I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but at least this part right here with the... You know, the stairs going up and down, there's actually a specific way you have to navigate this area to actually be able to complete it. Like, it's kind of like those parts in Mario, old school Mario, where there's like like an upper and lower path through some of the castles, and you have to take a specific pattern to actually make it to the end, or if not it just loops. It's kind of like that. Alright, let's see if I can do this again. I'm so tempted, I'm telling you, to just save state every time I do that, or attempt that, but... Oh, that fucking arcs. That's awful. I hate those things. Oh, and those two guys should have died. Should have died the way I just died. Okay, so, in case it's not completely obvious, I hate this part. It's one of my most hated parts of this game. But I get through it, I guess, somehow or another. Okay, these enemies all die in one hit at least, but not before they manage to do that bullshit. Boy, now I have to hit them even more times because my fucking whip isn't long enough. Or strong enough to where I can take care of them swiftly. Can't even do the thing I used to do where I could stand at just a good distance from them to where... Am I even gonna be able to reach that fucker? Yeah, okay. Don't know about the other fuckers though, like the one that's... All of the ones are looking away on the other side. Nope, I can't reach them. Isn't that great? Oh wait, I can. Never mind. Well, I could reach that guy. This guy, I'm not so sure. I might be fucked now because I don't have a level 2 whip. I really don't see how else you could do this. I'm assuming you can't, like, safely walk on top of them either. Oh, they tried to jump. And now I'm down to 0 lives again, so fuck it, time to recur to that which I probably should have used for every goddamn screen of this stage, because it's just... No. Nope, I'm sorry. Nope, I'm sorry. It's time. The time has come. Time for the calling. Fuck over here. You know what? I think I know what to do here, or what I'm gonna have to do. Not what I should do necessarily, but what I'm gonna have to do now that this has happened. I come in here, kill these idiots, and I hopefully don't get, shot by their nonsense, and then I go back. Because this, notice how I went in through the upper door and didn't change levels, and there we fucking go. Now I can get an extra whip power-up thing, which I shouldn't really need, but I'm gonna need it because that's just how the stage works. So I'm pretty sure I could have used the key or something else, but I'm gonna have to use it for this now. Okay. And I'm gonna be using these a lot more liberally now because I hate this stage with a passion. See, I can get them in 2 hits with the level 2 whip. And I can be safely outside of the range of action. It's too damn bad that same cannot be said for the whip fucking game starts you out with. Alright, so this time I am gonna do this. And I got it again. Alright, let's go this way. Alright, yeah, no. That's... I hate everything about that room. I hate everything about all of these rooms, to be quite honest with you. But that room in particular, this room in particular. Like, you can't even see the fucking chandeliers because the UI covers them. It's not exactly fair, is it? Okay, at the very least, if there's one good thing I can say about this, it is that you can... You know those guys that throw the sights, you can tell how they're gonna throw it by which hand they throw it with. That's the... Oh, what the fuck. Okay, this doesn't look right. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with the fucking maze layout of the stage. It's horrible. I'm gonna try this one more time. You know, if I fail at any point, I will use my time manipulation powers. How do I take the lower path here? Oh, of course, just to rub it in. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to take the lower path. Oh yeah, there's a... The mini boss gate is here, which means... I'm gonna save state again, because I don't want to redo any of that to get to this point again if I die here, like she's telling me to die. Don't think I will oblige, though. She's actually not that, I say she's actually not that bad, but then I'm getting bodied by her. Yeah, okay, I'll die. Yes, I'll die. Damn it. So even if I'm pretty sure I should be able to, what do you call it? Oh, fuck's sake. Come on. Pretty sure I'm not gonna count this as, oh, but you know, she killed me after she already died. And I'm not gonna restart the stage, so... Pretty sure I should try to not take a lot of damage on her either, because, you know, if I die at any point after this, it's fuck it. The game's gonna be like, fuck you, you're gonna have to start this whole stage over, and that's no good. Fuck, come on. Oh, so sometimes it's clockwise and sometimes it isn't. I wasn't very clear on that, to be quite honest with you. There we go. There she goes, and we get a checkpoint that's fucking worthless because we're out of lives now, pretty much. Maybe I should follow a new model for my progression. Maybe I should start using save states not when I get down to 0 lives, but when I get down to 1 life, so that I can have at least 1 extra life if I die after the mini boss, or before the actual end of stage boss, I should say. See, the fucking final boss of this game is gonna be a relaxing walk in the park compared to the rest of it. Because, much like some of the other Castlevanias, the final boss gets its own stage where it's just a boss fight, at least. Because the stages in this are horrible. You can see how wall-breakingly punishing they are. And, you know, there's a whole thing where they don't even give you any wall meat to alleviate that unless you, like, know the very specific secret places where you can find it, which I don't think it's really that fair. Because they're very, very hard to find compared to a lot of other old-school Castlevanias. Hey, here's one of these fuckers, guess what? Well, guess what is what I would say. And what I will say. When I am able to hit you with that. There. Well, time to start using save states every screen. I think we've gotten to that point, because I don't want to die. Maybe up here. Oh boy, I'm getting chased by multiple flying enemies at the same time, coming from opposite directions. That seems fair. Looks like there might be some secret, but it's not meat. God damn it. Maybe... I forget, it's too late. There's no point, alright. Check like the little edges above the doorways and what have you. Maybe there's some meat hidden there. Hey, it's giant ghost enemies from Oh I Got Extra Life. And there's a very, very long contingent of bats just flying up there. That's nice. Oh, for fuck's sake, we got the falling bridge. And I think I'm gonna fall in behind now. Because I hesitated, but maybe not. There's really fucking hope there that there's a checkpoint after this fucking... See, if I die and respawn with... I already got 1 more life now. If I die and respawn with... What do you call it? With full health and all that, I want it to be after that point. I don't have to redo nonsense. Alright. Alright, I found some meat. Which should have been easier to find, I still contend, but whatever, at least I'm gonna survive gonna be able to finish this stage with 1 extra life, I guess. So you might be wondering who is the boss of this stage. It's a very, very beloved Castlevania enemy, and you will see exactly what I mean by when I run into this very cartoony boss who has never shown up in any of the other games before, at least not like this. It's a big old golem, as you can see. And it makes littler golems and does shockwaves that it's very unclear when he does them, but he does them. Oh, for fuck's sake. And then you get a terrible problem where you're not trying to throw the sub weapon, but you do so anyway because the D-pad kinda sucks at telling those situations apart, yeah. Yeah, I saw that coming. You know what, fuck it, let's try it with, without turning back time. I would like a level 2 whip though, I will say that. I ought to have it. I'll cover on the left side here, which apparently there's a different route you could have taken, but I never found it. And this playthrough or any other. Well, I guess there were some other big golem enemies in Castlevania, but never any that look this cartoony. Like maybe the big old blue golem from Bloodlines was kind of cartoony, I guess, but as you can see, the weak point is that blue part in the middle. So you have to get close on purpose to stop him from moving too far over to the left where dodging his shit is impossible, and then run away. So you have to... there, do this. That's how you beat him. And you just keep doing this as long as it takes for him to keel over and die. Which I faced the wrong direction there for some reason. I was not trying to, as you might imagine. And I don't know how many hearts I need to cast one cross, so I might be host now with trying to clear that thing ahead of time. Okay, I can't clear it with only 2 hearts, but now I'm out of hearts, so I wonder if I'm gonna be able to survive to the end of this fight. Oh, come on, fucker. Quit following me over to the edge. Oh, and I couldn't jump because he tilted his hand too. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Was not aware that those little golems could fall off that quickly. I'm pretty sure he got faster too, like all of his motions get faster as he gets closer to death. Alright, if I can get like 1 or 2 more hits, and that should be it at least. Only have 34 seconds to do it though. Oh my god. Okay, well, whatever. Couldn't have dodged that because he is fucking moving fast like Sonic now. There we go. And this was stage 4, so, you know, low and rejoice. There's only 1 more stage I'm gonna have to clear technically, because the only thing left after this stage is, you know, the final boss. And as I mentioned before, the final boss is not actually a stage, it's just the final boss. So oh yeah, the background music for this stage, by the way, is Aquarius from Castlevania 3. And I kind of wanted to kill myself on purpose, like right away, because I'm 100% certain I'm not gonna be able to fucking get to the end of this stage without losing any lives. Just like, why fool myself and delay the inevitable? But, no, fuck it. It's not like I've spent, or that I'm gonna spend that much more time getting through the rest of this, so I might as well just revel in that inevitability of failure and keep going until I actually do lose a life and have to restart the whole stage over. If anything, just to see how the stage is before I go through it for real. Well, the aesthetics of this room at least, and of this room too, I suppose, since it looks very similar. Remind me a lot of Chronicles, one of the last stages in that game. Okay, apparently these... Okay, the first chandelier doesn't fall, but the second one does. That's horrible. And that's also horrible, having this combination of shit where you can't get close to punish the idiot who... Yep, there we go. The inevitability of death strikes on the second screen. Doesn't even wait. So let's go ahead and restart. Let's go ahead and welcome that which we all knew was coming. I don't know what's up with these robots, but I guess they're death robots. Maybe they were even built by death. Who, you know, spoiler alerts in this game, since this is the apparently multiple clock towers stage, if you look in the background there. Oh, fuck, okay. So as soon as I lose the one life here, which I'm sure will happen very, very soon, I'm gonna start using save states, because when I get to the... gonna get past the midpoint boss, which I'm pretty sure is a thing that exists in all the stages except the last one. And after I get past it, I'm gonna keep using save states so that I have at least one extra life that I can have for, you know, refilling my life for the actual end of stage boss, which I'm fairly certain I will need it for. So this is my model of cheating for this game, I suppose. Of necessitated cheating, if you ask me, to be quite frank with you. Oh, fuck this. Okay. That takes care of these fuckers, and I would like some wall meat or some kind of secret now, but apparently I'm not gonna get it. What's the point of this then? It's just a little crevasse you can crawl into for no real reason. Apparently. Oh well. Fucking peeping eyes. You know, I kind of wondered, at some point I think I wondered if the peeping eyes and the giant rolling eyeballs from the adventure were related or were supposed to be the same thing, but guess not, since they're separate in this game. And I'm pretty sure the actual peeping eyes originated earlier in Castlevania 3 and Castlevania 4, but they had a different modus operandi where instead of, you know, looking straight ahead into the camera and just kind of flying around with their tails out, they were instead like slightly tilted and they flew in a purely horizontal pattern on top of the screen and dropped like teardrops or acid on you, whatever it was. Maybe they're both of those things at the same time. Oh, okay, was not terribly clear on whether I could walk on these or not. Oh, fucking Medusa Head. Well, Medusa Head, Clock Tower level, they are intimately linked. Thematically and otherwise, and I can't believe I didn't actually hit that guy there. Now I do want to retread my steps here a little bit so I can get these extra torches, but apparently this doesn't really make that big of a difference, because I didn't get anything that great from them. If only you could get wall meat from torches, or torch meat I guess in that case. Can I get back into gears from, you know, after I fell off? On purpose like I did. Apparently you cannot. That's kind of horrible. Oh, he fell off though. And I don't want him following me, so... no, thank you. See, one part of that upper part that I missed on the previous screen looks suspicious after coming over here, but apparently it was not to be, because... but maybe you could break the wall. But seemingly that is not the case. For fuck's sake. I would like a chance to jump, please. Thank you. Can I get I would like a checkpoint, please. This is the other thing I want to say right now. What's over there? Can I even reach that with a fireball? Fireball? I guess not. How about now? Oh, what? I used the fucking stopwatch by accident. Oh, well, whatever, at least. I put the Medusa head out of the picture for a little bit. Apparently the fireballs don't have nearly as much range as I thought they did. Or rather, as they look like they do, which led me to believe that that's the range they had. I would contend that the range would lead anyone to believe, or their appearance and the way they move across the screen would lead. And the moment that they fade away would lead anyone to believe that they, at first glance, that they have more range than they actually do. Please. Okay, just gonna have to walk against the thing here. I'm pretty sure that red thing is gonna hurt me if I let it touch me, so... Well, it didn't. Alright, so we made it to the mini-boss at the very least, and we have 2 extra lives yet, without even cheating, which is far more than I was expecting based on the, previous couple of stages, so who's the mini-boss here? Oh, it's kind of Frankenstein's monster deal, but I'm pretty sure it's not exactly it. Okay, so I can duck under those. Okay. Oh, okay. So he also has this, that thing. And he's just gonna keep doing that, I guess. He doesn't want me to get to him at all. There we go. Well, I made it past the mini-boss, there you go. And I'm gonna die now. I almost died to the first guy that you run into outside of the mini-boss room, but not quite. Can I get at least, like, I was gonna say, can I get at least one more checkpoint ahead before I die, but I really don't think that's gonna happen. But, shouldn't always try, I guess. I'm almost completely sure this guy's gonna get in my way, hang on. And I was completely right, but I managed to get to him regardless. It kind of upsets me after playing stuff like Castlevania 4, which really perfected the old-school Castlevania controls and whatnot, that I can't do the thing where you can jump and then hold up as you fall. And if you fall onto a staircase, you can get on the staircase as you're falling. I really liked being able to do that in those, stuff like Castlevania 4. It was a very handy ability, and it was actually required in some stages like the last one. Do not fall to your death like a bitch. I don't know what that clicking noise was, by the way. I just like to note that. I don't want this guy to get close. I don't trust myself to not die to him. Even if I can see him coming from maybe a mile away, that's still not enough. This fucker can, tell when I'm gonna launch an axe to try and get rid of him. That's awful. So yeah, fuck stage 4. Stage 4 is definitely the worst of any of the stages in this game, if you ask me, if I do say so myself. Why did I turn around there? I was not trying to. There. My age-old, not stigma, but my age-old gripe, I guess, with a lot of these Castlevania games, where I can't turn horizontally very easily, even though I feel like I should be able to. Alright, can I get it? Make it past the screen, because that would make me happy. It really feels like I'm way fucking overdue for a checkpoint right now. That almost killed me, I'm pretty sure. If that had hit me, I would have died. Alright, there's a checkpoint, if I can make it past the screen. So I'm okay with this, I guess. I'm okay with... Oh, I got a key. I'm okay with dying at this point, because I have all these extra lives. And I have a feeling that there might be that one of the doors that I'm supposed to use a key for is going to be on this climb. Right? I don't remember. Oh, there's one right there, hang on. Ooh, was close. So I'm gonna try to take that. And I am gonna take that, as a matter of fact. And wow, this is absolutely disgusting. But apparently we were given the tools to work with it, so... And I gotta get another life. Wow, this fucking stages. And another life. It's going so much better than the previous stage did. It's usually, it usually doesn't work that way. Usually stages get progressively harder in Stage 5 in any Castlevania game. It follows the Castlevania 1 formula of stage layouts. It's the one where you want to rip your hair out, but apparently not in this one. Apparently in this one that honor goes to Stage 4. Not so much to Stage 5. Yeah, thought for sure I was gonna get hit there. Oh, come on, let's ride the pendulums. That's another classic Castlevania bit. Since Castlevania 3, And I think we're almost at the end of the stage, wow. And I'm doing so much less pathetically than I expected I would. That's to tell you. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can't step on this thing, otherwise this would be like a death sentence. And, oh, fuck, okay. I don't like that, though. Oh, okay, there we go. That was way overdue at that point. And my mouse almost fell off because of how I slightly nudged my chair arm. Oh, there's a peeping eye, hang on. Peeping eye I'm gonna have to kill with my level 1 whip, I guess. And then this fucker. There, at least I have the axe. At least they give you the axe, when they respawn you here, which I guess they know is gonna happen a bunch of times. You know you're gonna need the axe to take care of these assholes that are harassing you from up there. Yeah. Oh shit, that would have been good timing, but I didn't manage to do it. So let's see. Can't second guess myself there, and I guess for a good reason. There. I'm glad at least if... Oh fuck, just walked into that like an idiot. If nothing else, that there's like... You can't bump your head on the ceiling or anything, because if that were the case, let me tell you, this would be so much worse. Here, let me get this fucker with the cross. There. Oh, okay, I can walk across the entire length of this? Yes, I can. Alrighty then, so if I lose one more life... You know what, fuck it, if I lose one more life, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. If I can make it to another... I don't know if there are any more checkpoints, I hope there are, before the actual stage boss. I think there should be. And something I've noticed in this game is usually a checkpoint right before the actual boss, so I should be able to count on that, theoretically. Boy, I don't like the placement of that fucker down there. Apparently I managed to overcome. Okay, I see those eyes spawning up there. I don't like them, but oh, okay, I can get up here too. I was not aware that I was not sure if I would be able to do it, but I guess I did. Come on, asshole, get over here. There. Alright, this might be it. This might be the end of stage boss. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die too, because, because of how little health I have left now, but... And the lack of any kind of wall meat to replenish it with. That's just not something that you're gonna be provided with at this point. And when I say at this point, I don't know if I mean at this point in the stage or in this game, but either or, So of course it's good old Deathy Boy all over again. He's oh boy, yeah, he's kind of like, what the fuck are you doing with those sickles? You just send them after me right away, but oh, not quite sure if I could have avoided that at that point, because I was like fenced in, I don't know. And I don't actually know what his pattern is, let's put it that way. And at this point, yeah, I'm like, I don't care, I'm not gonna use save states unless I get down to 0 lives and I fail to kill him. If I do get to that point, I will use save states because I'm not redoing this whole stage. But when at least that will be the last time that I need to do that if I do end up needing to do it, because let me tell you, the whole cheating thing doesn't even matter on the last stage, because like I said, the last stage is just a boss. Ooh, okay. Look at all these pro dodging skills. Okay. So he will launch that like the length of the whole screen to get to you. Oh boy. Oh fuck, okay, so there's no real correlation between the shape of that circle he does and how the sickles actually spawn. What you gonna do? Oh, that's what you're gonna do. That laugh. Laugh is kind of weird, if you ask me. Oh, it's almost dead. There we are. Yep, I think you did. I did it again, so I pretty much won the game at this point, to be honest with you. Like I said, the only thing left now is the final boss, but this should be an interesting challenge, because we got to the point where I pretty much refuse to use save states for a change, you know, because you don't need them for this stage, because you only have one checkpoint and that's the beginning of the stage. I don't really need any of this. Actually, I don't know which of these things would be better for. Maybe the cross. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the cross. This is the boss that I'm the most familiar with in this whole game, because you have to redo it a bunch of times to really learn the pattern. So I wonder who it could be. Could it be Bingo the Clown? No, of course it's Dracula.
As ever, the ally of worthless humans.
Yeah, that was one of his lines in Judgment. I guess Judgment technically predates this other set, so yeah, we got good old, old school Dracula tricks like the fireballs, and you can do what I just did and just face away from them and use the pardon animation where the whip is behind you to, mitigate them. Alternatively, you can try to time it kind of weirdly so that you like catch two of them as you're falling, but I think it's safer to just do this. It's a bit like the Dracula fight in, or the first part of the Dracula fight in Rondo, I guess. Just a little bit too close to him, that's why I didn't want to risk it. Well, the first part of the Dracula fight in Rondo, if you're playing as Richter, if you're playing as Maria, there's only one tactic to that fight, and that's fucking destroy. Fucking murder him straight up. And I hope you remember that one of his attacks from Order of Ecclesia, one of his attacks I don't remember from which form, but specifically the attack where he launches a bunch of green shit into the air and it comes down. Because, he turns into a giant bat, which, oh there it is, there's that attack, where green shit flies down from the air. I think you stand, like, right next to him, actually. He can't hit you with the fireballs when he spits those. Yep. Fucking giant bat who makes cat noises for some reason. Really surprised I haven't gotten hit at all by this form, but then that happened, okay. And you might notice I'm doing like surprisingly well for second form, but well, you know he has a third form. his intro line for that is another line from Castlevania Judgment that he had in that. It's kind of a, I guess, just a bragging line. I think it was one of the things he says when he, what do you call it? When he wins a match, I guess. There's probably a term for that, but I don't remember what it is, so. By the way, you might notice that I'm like hitting him and not doing anything here. Do you know why that is? Do you know how this part works? Because the game doesn't try to make it obvious in any way, but what you're supposed to do is hit him in the eyes, which, oh boy, while dodging all this elemental bullshit that he's throwing at you, which I failed to do, so that's why those things rise up from the ground, and so that you can get a better perch for doing that. So let's try that again, that's okay. As you might have seen, the kind of big hurdle in this is going to be the third form, not the other two forms. And I do want to keep the cross, because I think it's, actually fuck it, let's get the scythe. The scythe, the axe. Those are clearly the same thing, aren't they? Might actually be a better thing, because I'm thinking which of these is going to be better for the final form when I get to that. And I think it's probably gonna be the axe, since that goes up in an arc.
The ally of worthless humans.
Come on. There you go. I don't think there's like enough time to hit him more than once safely when he's in the first form, unfortunately. Oh shit. Oh well. Maybe I would like to make it to the final form with full health, but, it's not a big deal if I take just one hit. Watch as I almost get murdered on the first form. Alright, come on. And now the second form, which ironically I'm pretty sure is actually easier to hit him in than the first one. Okay, so keeping a good distance from him probably a better idea than just trying to huddle up against him like I did sometimes. And yet, I guess hitting him like once every time after he jumps would be a good safe way to do it. He's probably gonna jump across here. He does have a very clear pattern on this form too. I didn't really notice that before, but he does. He like jumps 3 times the front jump, he jumps across the room like that, and then he spits the fireballs. So here we go. Oh boy. See, to do this form effectively, you also need to pretty much learn what all of the elemental shit that he does, I guess. And well, I'm pretty sure you can, oh, okay. No. I don't think he does like the lightning thing after the first phase, actually, I can't think of it. Oh shit. Would I be able to eat him? Probably not. Yeah, no I didn't, but I got a lot closer that time. You just gotta learn to be able to... The thing about the third phase too is that you can swat away a lot of the shit that he throws at you if you time it right, but... I don't know, I guess I'm not... Looking at it that... I don't know... How do I phrase this? Haven't done this in a while, so I don't remember exactly how best to do that. So, by the way, too, this is my final life in this continuous cycle, which doesn't really make a difference, considering that even if I get a game over, I'm just gonna start from the exact same place, but...
As ever, the ally of worthless humans.
Well, let's see if I can, make it count. I can actually beat him on this. That would be nice. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm pretty sure the second form aesthetically is a lot like the first. Not first form, the second form. It's also a lot like the final form in Chronicles, which I'm pretty sure, aside from stuff like, you know, the adventure obviously and symphony aesthetically, pretty sure Chronicles was another big influence for how they chose to make this game look. Okay, it looks like a perfect first phase. Let's see if we can say the same for the second one. I was kinda asking for that. Well, you would have been asking for that if it actually hit me, I should say. There. Damn it, I just got completely pincered there. Well, to be fair, or not to be fair, but like, if nothing else, at least something I'm glad about is that it seems to me that no matter which phase you get hit in, I thought for sure I was gonna get hit there. You take the same amount of damage from one hit, like no matter which form you get hit in. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, he starts out with the lightning thing, I guess, but then he doesn't actually do it after that. I need to remember that, because I feel like that's gonna help me to, you know, not die like a bitch right away. Okay, yeah, the little blue water orbs, you can shot them away, and you can do the same with the big lightning orbs. They're certainly not as little as the water orbs. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get him this time. He's fucking dead. Guess I need to actually hit him with a whip too. Oh, no, never mind. He's dead. Thought maybe I would have to hit him with a whip to actually finish him off, but I guess not. There we go. On life 0-2, that's a pretty good way to end it, I think. It does settle Christopher stood tall. The evil scheme of Count Dracula was sorted by a single vampire hunter, like always. Well, I mean, sometimes they did have, like, cronies. Pretty much the only times when they didn't actually is Castlevania 1 and, like, in this. New legend in the history of the Belmonts came to pass to be talked about for generations, but this was not to be the last, because this was only, like, in the 16th century. And they didn't actually manage to figure out a way to kill Dracula for real until 1999, so there you go. Koji Igarashi was the producer, so I think this was actually the last Castlevania game that Koji Igarashi worked in before he just bailed from Konami, I'm guessing, because the next game I'm going to be playing is a completely different thing. I don't think he had anything to do with the Lords of Shadow games, which is, you know, after this, that's the only thing left on the marathon. So that's going to be interesting, because those games are like a completely different kind of worms. They pretty much reboot the continuity. And they're very, very different gameplay-wise from anything that has come before, but yeah. You know, this is a good game, even if I suck at it, even if I have to spam save states in the middle stages just to make it through. And even if I blame that partially on how difficult it is to find healing and stuff to get extra lives with, because it's a lot more difficult, you know, I will still contend that they made that unnecessarily difficult even compared to the classic Castlevania games. Even if I do have gripes with it, I think it's a good game. It's a good way to sort of close off the old continuity of Castlevania, I guess, the original one. Because, let me look real quick. I'd like to say, sure. Let me see, Castlevania. Damn it. That time I did knock off my mouse accidentally for real, but at the very least it didn't continue to fly off until it hit the floor, which is what it sometimes does. So no, apparently Koji Igarashi was a producer for Judgment. I wonder how he feels about that. He was a producer for this game, and he was a producer for the arcade, which I don't think I can play because it's an arcade thing that's one of the gimmickier arcades from what I've seen. I don't even know how I would, be able to play that or show that. He also worked on Harmony of Despair, which I would have liked to maybe take a look at if I had it, but I can't because it was kind of similar to this game in that it was a download-only game, but it was for the Xbox 360, and I never had one of those. And even though there are Wii emulators such as this one, I haven't figured out how to do anything like that for the Xbox yet, I guess. So that's kind of a shame because I'm pretty sure, like, if you try to play online in that game, which you can, it's actually a game with an online component in which, from what I understand, it was like kind of like a roguelike, but with the 2D Castlevania characters like Shanoa and Soma and Alucard and what have you. There were like 5 stages that you go through, and you kind of have to grind better gear and all that stuff. But and you can like play co-op with other people online if you want to. But I don't know. It seems neat, but I never tried it out. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to now. I hope so one day, but as it stands right now, I can't really play it. Apparently, that game was actually the last game that. The last Castlevania game that Koji Igarashi worked on before he bailed and decided to eventually try to work on Bloodstained, which apparently is going to come out soon. I keep hearing, I hope, and I certainly hope because it's the whole reason I'm doing this marathon to begin with, so Apparently it's going to be released sometime in 2018. It no longer says Q1 2018, it says sometime in 2018. Well, that's alright. Even if I can wish they would release more demos for that game, such as the E3 demo, which was released to some people but not to everybody. Even though it does look real neato. But before we can get to that, we do need to go through the... Well, I'm going to close this now. But you can, remember that after you beat the game, you can hold right on the start screen to get to this stage select thing. If you're so inclined. What are the options, actually? Well, you can raise your starting lives. You can set it to easy, normal, or hard. I guess that was normal. Well, I guess it could have been harder, but... You can set your starting player lives to 9. Normal or classic. I'm pretty sure classic is the thing that you can change to, like... you can't change directions mid-jump, so it's more like the old school physics. I'm using the Wii remote, yes. You can play with a nunchuck? Why the fuck would you want to do that? Oh. Or with a Nintendo GameCube controller? No. I don't actually want to change that. I guess I can see myself playing with a GameCube controller, but... There you go. Just change the default settings, and oh, that's just the volume. For some reason there, since the music starts playing there, which makes sense since it's a sound volume test. So I thought it might be an actual sound test where you can listen to the different tracks from the game, which would be nice since, the remixed music from this game is really good. And on that note, since I'm done with the game, and that is I guess the closing of my original Castlevania continuity. Since we've gotten to that point in the marathon, gonna go ahead and use that to play us out right now, because next time I do something for the marathon, it will be Castlevania Lords of Shadow, which is different, let's put it that way. And I hope it's interesting. Well, I mean, I already know all of those games, I already played all of those games, but I hope it makes for interesting streams, because that's pretty much all that's left in the marathon. And there's some things I was looking at some point or another, which might be like good for bonus streams after I'm done with all the listed stuff, but we'll see, I guess. For now, I'm just gonna proceed as planned. So yeah, you'll take it easy. Thank everybody for coming like always. I thank people for chatting, always great whenever people chat, and I will be seeing you next time. Sometime next week, I don't know when, probably on the weekend, because I'm gonna be really busy next week, and a week after that as well. Because I've got final stuff to hand in. That, including some stuff that I should have been working on yesterday. Got it to on Monday, but I didn't, so I'm probably gonna be powering through that through the rest of the night. Probably gonna be pulling an all-nighter, because I woke up really late today, so probably gonna be doing that. But regardless of all that, I will be seeing you all soon. Now, which of these folders is the one I'm looking for? There it is. And which should I play? I guess this one, since this one is a remix like every other song, but it originates from the original adventure, so there you go, later.